Now, there's a certain point where your dressing gown and woolen socks will not protect you from the cold in your rental property. So where can tenants draw the line and demand proper heating from their landlord? Thanks to our friends at Property Apprentice. We're joined by Property Apprentice founder and CFO Debbie Roberts this morning. Debbie, good morning.
Good morning.
So if you are cold, damp, you're in a rental property, what is the first course of action that you should do?
I think the first thing that you should do is know your rights as far as the healthy home standards. So I've written some deadlines down on my cheat sheet because my memory's terrible at the moment. So ceiling and underfloor insulation has been compulsory since 1st of July 2019. So that's the first point. As long as it's feasible to install both of those, you know, if you've got no ceiling cavity, then it's pretty hard to put roof insulation in. Private rentals have to comply with healthy homes within 90 days of a new or renewed tenancy agreement. So if you've recently moved into a property and it's been more than 90 days, your house should be compliant. So, you know, have a look on the tenancy website, which is tenancy.govt.nz, and check out those dates where legally it has to comply. Then I think if you're still living in a cold, damp rental, there are a few things that you can do to improve your situation. First of all, I would recommend that you make sure that you're letting fresh air into your property. Sometimes the way that you live can make a bad situation worse. So, you know, make sure that you leave your windows open on the security latches as much as possible. And I know it's winter, so, you know, during the day is probably the most realistic time to do that. So, yeah, just leave them open to let some fresh air in. And yeah, just clean up any mould. You know, do you know what the best thing to clean mould is?
No.
Soapy water. You know, who hasn't got soap and water? So, you know, it's the best way to get rid of mould and keep it from coming back. So, yeah, that would be my top tip there. Then, like I said, know your rights. So if you're in a private rental property, call your landlord or the property manager and ask them if they've got a time frame to install the heat pumps and things like that if you don't have that in place. Sometimes there is an issue with availability, you know, with the supply chain issues and things like that. So just find out the deadlines, and if you can't reach an agreement with your landlord, then you can apply to the Tenancy Tribunal. And the penalties for non-compliance, like it's a breach of the Tenancy
It's quite
Act.
high.
It's pretty high.
$4,000 or something, isn't it?
$7,200 for the landlord.
So there's a real incentive for landlords to actually do the right thing, do what's required by the law and get the job done.
Absolutely.
And if you don't feel like your landlord is playing ball, you go to the Tenancy Tribunal.
Yes, yep, you're well within your rights to do that. So, you know, the majority of private rentals would now comply with healthy homes because of that 90-day change. So, you know, chances are if you're living in a cold and damp rental property now, you've either got one of those last little tow rags of landlords, or you live in a Kaianga Ora rental.
Yeah. Didn't want to raise that, but absolutely, if your landlord is, you know, Jacinda Ardern and the government, sorry, who knows when they will be done.
Well, they do have to comply, so, you know, they have to comply by the 1st of July 2023. So,
oh, right, so
yeah.
that's soon.
Yeah, so it's not too far away.
Yeah.
Just another year of living in a cold, damp house.
Yeah, another half a winter next year to endure.
Yeah.
Thanks, Debbie.
You're welcome.
Good to see you as always, and some great advice. That is Property Apprentice founder and CFO Debbie Roberts. Thanks to our friends at Property Apprentice.